Make the grilled cheese. Make the grilled cheese. What's up, guys? I'm here for the video. Welcome to episode 13 of building stuff. Today we're building a fish market. I know I've been doing a lot of live streams today is because I saw a building. I saw a tutorial what I really wanted to do. Today I will be building a fish market, and tomorrow I will be building a Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, donuts with the circle around them. Anyway, guys, that's what I'm going to be building today. I'm going to be building a fish market. So let's start.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? You smell that? You smell that? Something smells fishy. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a fish market for all of your city building needs in Minecraft. The reason that you guys are seeing this video is because down there in the comments, I read a few of you guys wanted to see a fish market. Thank you so much for leaving that suggestion, everybody. I appreciate all of you very, very much, and hopefully a couple of you should be seeing yourselves on the screen right now. Thank you so much for leaving the suggestion and keeping the City Builds playlist alive. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. And of course, that leads me on to, if you do want to see something specific, leave a comment down below. I might actually make it. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should probably get this one started. Let's do this thing. Side note, is anybody else creeped out by the look of dead fish? I really don't like it. There's something about the eyes. So, just before we start building, ladies and gentlemen, here are all of the materials that we are going to need.
Alright. What we need is blue concrete, white concrete, quartz stairs and quartz slab. By the way, guys, I got hiccups. So. Oh.
To make our fish market. As you can see, those are a lot of materials, so please do make sure that you have access to all of those and make sure that you can get enough of them as well. The amount of ground space required to make the market is covered by this white concrete grid. It is a 14 by 16 block area which you are more than welcome to make and encouraged to make if you are building and planning out a city. And that's it. Please pause the video if you have to. Gather those materials. Make sure you've got enough room to make it. Make sure you know where you want to make it. And once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, my fishy friends, come all the way to the front left-hand corner of the grid. If you've not made the grid, it isn't a big deal. We're going to be starting this build very soon. From this front left corner of the grid, count backwards. 1, 2, 3. This is the starting position. Place 6 blue concrete on top of this block.
6. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add another row behind it. I then want you to take the top 2 blocks of that row and extend them backwards each by 11.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the one on top as well. I then want you to take the last 2 blocks and connect them down to the ground. This will give you a shape which should look nice and symmetrical. What you can also do whilst we're here is use white concrete, and you can place a rectangular shaped layer of white concrete directly inside of the shape that we have made. This layer of white concrete will sit inside and around the rectangle shape that we have just made. I want to add 2 windows to this shape. I'm going to use 2 rows of 2 glass coming in from both sides. In between the glass there will be white concrete, so 2 windows like this and white concrete in between. Very simple indeed. Come to the back of the build and take the top corner of the back of the build and extend it across by 13 using blue concrete.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. To which you then want to connect down to the ground. You want to add another row inside of that row, and a row coming along the top underneath the main row. What we then want to do with this 13th row that we have created is that we want to also place a rectangular row of white concrete inside of the empty space. This row will actually connect to the other row that we made earlier, and it will form a nice little corner shape like this. And we of course want the white concrete to come along the bottom, and on this occasion too, I'm glad that we did this. We also have to add another row of blue concrete as well on the right side to balance it out, but I'm glad that we placed the white concrete first. So we just have to seal that up too, which will give us this nice empty canvas, and we're going to have the same set of windows that we did on the opposite side. We're going to have 2 rows of glass coming in from both sides, the left and the right. And in between those, we're just going to seal it up. Feel free to make this a lot fancier by adding some stairs and stuff around the windows. I'm quite happy with the nice modern simple building. Come along to the right side, and the right side is actually a little bit boring in comparison to the other 2. First of all, we want to take the top corner of the right side and we want to extend it forwards by 12 using blue concrete.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're then going to connect it all the way down to the ground. We're going to add a row of blue concrete on the inside of this left side. And once again, I know that we are doing this ever so slightly out of sequence, but we're going to use white concrete to form a rectangular shape inside of this empty space, which will connect it all the way to this corner, and we're then going to extend it across from the top as well, just to create the same rectangular shape that we placed earlier. And we're now going to add the 2 additional rows of blue concrete, one on the right side. I don't know why, I just wanted to seal that up first, and then one coming along the top, which will give us this empty space right here. But it just so happens that this is where like the counter space and stuff is, so I'm opting to just fill this in using white concrete. I don't really want to add any windows or anything like that. Now that we've done that, we have made 3 out of the 4 walls of our fish market. Now, once we have achieved this, it's time for us to add some additional details, I think. So, on the right side here, in front of this row of white concrete, I want you to place a row of 4 quartz block directly in front of the white concrete, like this. I want you to take the bottom block of quartz here and extend it left by 6 using upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're then going to place a row of 4 quartz blocks coming up left from the bottom of the window. We're going to place 2 rows of glass pane on top of the upside down stairs. We will then seal up the top of the window using, what do we want to use? We'll just use quartz again, just for the sake of continuity. So we'll just seal up the top of the window with quartz, although we're not going to be seeing the top of the window anyway. Right, so underneath the window as well, whilst we're here and whilst it's easy, I want you to destroy underneath the stairs.
You know that apps and websites are collecting your data. You know that some devices are always listening to you. That GPS is tracking your every movement.
Replace it with blue concrete, because you can see it and it makes quite a nice contrast actually. Directly left of the entranceway, we are going to place a row of 4 white concrete coming up from the ground, extend left, and then connect down, and that is where a double door is going to be. We can more so focus on a lot of the door later on, like actually adding the doors and the glass and stuff, but for now, I want you to take the top of the doorway, and I want you to place an upside down quartz stairs in front of the top left corner of the door, in front of the top right corner of the door. And now that we have those 2 corners sterified, I want you to place quartz slabs along the top of them to connect together, and underneath to connect together as well. And it makes kind of something, it kind of looks like a sign. Well, now that we have made the sign, I want you to grab acacia wood slabs. And on top of the left corner of the doorway, this white concrete block here, I want you to place 2 acacia planks, 1, 2, add an additional slab on top so that it's a little bit higher, extend it all the way to the right, and then connect it down to the opposite side, right here. And then behind all of this, I want you to use a row of, well, 2 rows of blue concrete to fill in the back part of the sign. Like this. And it's just quite a pleasing set of like depth, and it's an interesting set of sizes, like you can see, just like how everything kind of like melts in together. It's like quite nice to look at. Now that we have done that, I think it's important for us to place, going right of the sign at the top of the door, not the larger sign, across the top of the window, we're going to place alternating light blue wool and white wool, light blue wool, white wool, light blue wool, white wool, light blue wool, white wool, like this. I would also like it if there were carpet in front of these. To place carpet you need string. So I'm going to place a series of string below and in front of the coloured carpets, and we're just going to swap out for those in a second. So the string wants to be placed in such a way that it is in front of and
in front of the
just below the set of walls. And the reason for that is, if we grab our ourselves the white carpet and the light blue carpet. And we place the relevant one of each in front. It kind of looks as though that the canopy is hanging down. It's just a nice little effect, I think. Now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, we are making really good progress. We're going to grab the smooth stone. I'm going to delete all of the grass inside of the build. That's in front of the build, and literally I'm going to re-floor the build, and I want to use stone. Fish markets strike me, in my mind, as a...
Alright. Alright guys, there's my thing. Fish market there. Wait, hold on. Watching Bean movie. Anyway, I just had to check on my brother, see what he was doing. So, yeah.
It would have a stone floor. They, in my mind, are kind of like an older sort of shop. So, we're going for kind of like an older sort of floor material. Whilst the exterior is a little bit more modern, I do definitely think that stone, or smooth stone in this case, is a little bit better a fit. But, if I'm wrong, feel free to refloor the area. You may use spruce wood, oak wood planks, you may use quartz, you can use block of iron, you can use acacia if you want. That'd be a... Ooh, I don't know about acacia, but you could use it if you wanted to. There's something about that orange floor that I don't know about that, but you are more than welcome to give that one a go if you choose. But we want to have something which should look like this, which fish doesn't look too bad, does it? Well, I think that now that we've reached this point, I would like to work on the inside just a little bit. So, once we're inside of the shop, I just want to add in some counter spaces. So, let's say we've came inside and we want to look towards the right wall. We want to leave a gap of 2 from the back corner, and coming out of this block, place 5 blue concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gap of 1, blue concrete, connect it here towards the front window. We are going to also, whilst we're in here, place a quartz stairs specifically in this position here. And what else can we do with the materials that we have? Not too many, but I'm just going to get rid of a lot of these, and I'm going to grab the roofing materials. I'm using block of iron and sea lantern because they strike me as kind of like an older-fashioned sort of like ceiling material. And I'm going to place block of iron coming across the top of our fish market, just above the windows. Now, you could even make it a little bit higher, and you could actually have this as the roof as well. Like, if you wanted to, like, you could have it just a bit higher, but I'm quite happy with just a 3 blocked gap for my ceiling. I'm quite comfortable with 3. 2 is a little bit claustrophobic, you know, you need a little bit of breathing space, but 3 is actually kind of, I find, to be the perfect amount, unless you're going for a particularly high ceiling effect. We also, of course, have to place some sea lanterns in the ceiling just for light, so we'll start off by placing them, say, we'll come in from the corners diagonally by 3 either side. Just for light. So we'll start off by placing them, say, we'll come in from the corners diagonally by 3 either side, so just for light. So we'll start off by placing them, say, we'll come in from the corners diagonally by 3 either side. So like you take the corner, 1, 2, and then the third block you place the sea lights. And so like corner, here. Really doesn't matter what sort of system you devise, but if you place it like that, you'll find that the lighting is quite even if you take each corner and just count diagonally inwards by 3. You should find that the lighting is quite, you know, it's just set out in a nice way if you keep it even on all sides. Well, now that we're also in here, I'm going to use a little bit of white glass paint, some light blue glass. I'm going to use a little bit of spruce trap door as well for this part. I want to place some white stained glass paint along this left side here. And along the inside of this counter, I want to have where the fish are going to be. So I'm going to have some light blue glass. The light blue glass is supposed to represent ice. So I might even add another row of ice in, like along this back corner here. But we're not going to be able to place the trapdoors, so what about if I do that? Still kind of can't place them, but I want to have it so that I've got kind of like enough of an area to, and maybe I could just turn this block here into kind of like, yeah. I can just turn that into a corner, but I want to have a couple of rows of eyes, and I want to have fish on there as well. So I want to have like little signs, right? and I want to use like white carpet and maybe even some like cyan carpet as well. And you know, you've ever been to, like, even if you've not necessarily been to a fish market, but if you've been to a supermarket and you've went to, like, the fish counter or the meat counter, like, sometimes you see there's fish on ice, isn't there? And I'm just using a little bit of white carpet to represent some packed ice, because if we use real ice, it'll actually melt. And I'm just using some cyan carpet because it can't. Sort of looks like fish, and I'm just going to have a couple of signs planted out, and in these signs you would actually have something say like, I don't know, cod, right? You'd like write out the fish that on for sale. I don't know that many fish, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a fish eater. And then you'd have like, you know, £2 or whatever it might be, or $2, or, you know, whatever the price of fish is. Again, I don't eat the stuff.
Okay. Cod. $2. $2. And by the way, COD is also Call of Duty. Get it? COD?
Here. And what we can also do is we can place some item frames along the top here with
an item frame and an item frame. Watch this. For an example, if I place item frames, an item frame in an item frame. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry for the bad joke.
Item frame section, and you can just have some more signs telling you how much each fish is going to be, and the fish are just like packed into here. And if you wanted to, of course, as well, you know, you can add a couple of chests, like the chest could be like to store the fish in that you're selling. You could even add a couple behind the counter as well if you wanted. Yes, like the chest could be like to store the fish in that you're selling. You could even add a couple behind the counter as well if you wanted to. You could add a little bit more like carpet and stuff for decoration, like along the counter. If you wanted to, you could say add a little bit of like, I kind of like this as decoration. I like to add acacia pressure plates, and I like to add pressure plates in general, like along countertops and stuff. It just makes it look a little bit fancier. And if you wanted to, you could even have like special deals of fish like on the wall. Say like you could have a couple of item frames here, and you could like put some oak signs next to them, and you could have like whatever the deal of the day is on fish. You know, I'll writing these, and I'll show you later just as some examples, but you know, just place them as little placeholders now, because we don't even have the fish on us at the moment. Now, along this back wall, I like the idea of having a little bench to kind of sit down and contemplate. Whenever I've been to a butcher's and stuff, and shops at noticing, like, there's always a weird bench and seating area inside these places. I really don't know why. It's not just the places I've been to, is it? It can't be. Well, I'm also going to want to refloor the area a little bit. That's going to require a bit of white carpet, and we don't have it on us, but it'll be in the item list, certainly will be. It's some blue carpet. I'm just going to lighten up the area by placing a little bit of white carpet, blue carpet around the counter space. Now this is going to provide a little bit of colour. And I might...
Imagine if I gave it to them and they ended up brain damage or something because they had a reaction. I can't, I'm stuck there with a severely, well, with a vegetable child.
Even place it. We kind of can't really place that much of it. Oh no, yes we can. Yes we can. We haven't ruined it. We can have just a little.
Okay.
A bit of it like connecting back into this counter space as well. If you want to, it might be nice to add maybe like a lantern, a sea lantern hanging here. It's not called a sea lantern, but it's actually called that unless they fixed it. Yeah, it's still a sea lantern. You could have like a sea lantern, quotes around the sea lantern, and you could have like a painting in this back corner too.
1, 3, 4, 3.
Again, all of this will be in the description, or in the list.
Place a painting. Straight up got it.
Start, but you know, something like that might look a little bit nice, keep the area a little bit bright. We could have a couple of potted plants. Now, potted plants I always make in the same sort of way. Potted plants I almost always do this. I like a little bit of glazed terracotta, so we...
Ooh.
want one that kind of fits the feel here, so maybe a little bit of orange or a little bit of blue. Let's go blue. And then we'd want some sort of leaves as well. Now, I haven't actually used these leaves right here, jungle leaves, the new ones, but they have. Oh, no they don't. Do they not have yellow in them? Oh well. Well, jungle leaves are fine anyway. A little bit of blue and some jungle leaves, kind of just in the corner, just to kind of keep things nice and bright. Later on, when we actually like come back inside here, we'll place fish inside the item frames and what have you, and it will look really, really fancy. But for now, I think that we're quite done. The only thing that I also want to do inside here, and I didn't have room for it, is I want to place a little bit of black glass above the door. Like this. I'm going to also provide. Now, this is controversial. You can either use iron doors and acacia pressure plates for the door, so like in front of and behind, you can use. That in front of and behind the door, if you're not a fan of doorways, or a material that we do kind of use is we use a little bit of oak and spruce in the build, so you can kind of use whatever sort of door you want. The only annoyance I have with these two, and you're going to see later, is it's going to flip the sign open every time you walk in. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can work on the outside of the build a little bit more. We're not really going to need the door and stuff too much. So, what are we going to need for the outside of the build beyond here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're going to need some... I'll tell you what, we need some spruce wood stairs for this. We'll need some spruce... wood slab. We need a little bit of light blue carpet. We need some cyan carpet. We're going to need a bit of white carpet as well. So, what are we going to need for the outside of the build beyond here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're going to need some... I'll tell you what, let me do that. We need some spruce wood stairs for this. We need some spruce wood slab. We need a little bit of light blue carpet. We need some cyan carpet. We're going to need a bit of white carpet as well. We're going to use a little bit of chest. We're going to use some sun. Some oak signs or any sign you want. We're going to use some item frames, and we are going to be using some other things as well. We'll be using like black concrete and the trapdoors and stuff. So outside of your fish market, I'm going to recommend that we have a couple of tables selling some of the fish. So the way that we do this is we take the left corner of this window where we have the quartz block, and you want to leave a gap of 1, 2, and on this third block here we actually want to have an upside down spruce wood stairs with a spruce wood slab coming across. And an upside down stair next to it. You want to leave a gap of 2, and then you want to do the same thing. You want to have the upside down spruce stairs, spruce wood slab, and then an upside down spruce wood stairs on the opposite end. I'm just going to place some chests next to these tables, and then I'm going to place some like light blue carpet, cyan carpet, and white carpet.
Hi. What do you need? Why? Oh, never mind.
On top of the tables to kind of represent fish. And then on the tables themselves, I like the idea of having maybe an item frame or 2. Probably just 1 actually, just like in the middle. And I like the idea of just having a sign. And again, like, I don't know what sort of fish you'd say. Goldfish? Do people eat those? Well, I'm like, no one actually eats goldfish. I'm just messing around. Yeah, maybe somebody does. I don't know. But maybe if you like goldfish, if you eat goldfish, I never would. But hey, I'm not going to judge you. Then we can have like, you know, just fish like sold and signed out on the signs. Additionally, above the entrance, the reason that we have this kind of sign here is I like the idea of having some fish advertised above the door as well. So I quite like that. So item frames and signs like above the door. Plenty of advertising. A cool thing that I like to do, and you'll have seen this in quite a few videos, I like this decoration for shops. I like to use these things right here. So what you do is, you place 1 block off the ground, a black concrete, underneath it, spruce fence gate. place spruce trapdoors coming up the left and right side of the contraption that we have just made, like this, right? You also chuck spruce trapdoors on top. You chuck an item frame in front of it, and it just looks like one of those old-fashioned signs, right? Those old-fashioned signs that have, like, you know, it's just like a chalkboard pretty much, and it just has whatever you're trying to sell in it. So I'm going to get rid of all of these materials, ladies and gentlemen, because believe it or not, we have actually done most of the shop. We're just missing a couple of key features. The first thing I want to do is add fish, because it will really make a big difference to the build. So I want to go around and I want to add fish to all of the sides. Now, it's completely up to you what pattern you use for the fish, and I wish I could find them right now.
Fish would be in raw food. So it would be in nature. Where's raw food? Raw food. Where's raw food? Raw food. Raw food.
Here we go. So you've got quite a few. So I'm going to go with the raw fish. We're going to go raw cod, raw salmon, tropical fish, and puffer fish. And we're just going to use these in all of the item frames. See how the build actually, like, it really lights up now. Like, it really does make quite a bit of difference, and you'll see my dislike of these pressure plates as well as we walk past this sign when we come back out. But we're going to use these in all of the item frames. You can
Boy. Puffer fish. What's happening? Why is my screen shaking? Wait, tropical fish. Let's eat the puffer fish again. Oh my god! Why is it doing that? It's shaking. It's stretching. It's being very weird. Anyway.
Use them in a random pattern. I'm kind of going a bit random. Maybe. What about like this, and then I'll reverse. Reverse that, and maybe like just that again. And I'm just placing those in all the signs, and it does just make, how did you get there? It does just make such a huge difference, like it really does, like it really brightens the build up a little bit, it really makes it a little bit better looking. And then as we come out, you're going to see my issue, right? Right? Yeah, I hate that so much. So, again, you might want to go with perhaps a switch on this side to operate the door. These look better. It depends how much it's going to drive you crazy. It really does drive me crazy. So,
oi, hello, 7 Ali Andra Unicorn, welcome to live stream.
But all we're going to do from here is the sign. You guys know this, my least favourite part. So to make the sign, we need crafting table.
No. F-I-S-H. I don't need blimmin'.
We're going to need
crafting.
Only I knew where they were.
I don't need blimmin' crafting table. I have a loom.
I know what's in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 4 blue banners. Again, all of this will be in the item list. It's just I didn't have room for everything. And a huge stack of white dye. Chuck a crafting table on the ground. Crack it open.
Alright, let's make the word fish. Not hard for me. F. Not hard to do. I'm going to chuck in the white dye and let's make the word fish. Wait. Why is it not going in? Okay, there we go. Bam. And then the word. Let's make the word I, which is super duper mega easy. Just a word, just a middle row. That's fee. Next is S, which is very, very, very easy. I'm gonna do this all by myself. I don't need this guy's help of making the banners because I'm a pro of making banners myself. This. Now we have H. And then finally this. Fish.
And I'm writing the new banner, which is a blue banner in the icon which is going to be placed directly in the center of the sign. It's no mistake that there is only 2 gaps in between the blue around the acacia. The F is to be placed where the first light blue wool is, ISH. And you will find it is placed perfectly in the center of the sign, almost as if some lunatic, i.e. me, designed it that way. And in doing that, you have actually fully completed your fish market, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud of you. We've done a really good job with this one. It looks really, really cool. It feels nice. It's like it's got a nice modern feel, but also kind of like an old sort of styly build. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's get rid of all this mess. Let me probably write some stuff in the signs, and then we can admire this build for all of its glory. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is our fish market, 100% fully completed.
What is that smell? It smells like fish. Oh look! A fish market! Yes, a fish market. Guys, we have made a fish market. I really love the design of building. I like the advertisements at the front. Even I killed Nemo. No! I'm gonna get in trouble by Disney. Goldfish for $1. And there's like a salmon. There's lots of fish there. If we come in, some blue glazed terracotta with a potted plant. Lots of stuff in here. I'm very glad that I built this fish market because this is one of the best ones I've ever did. Pun intended.
We have a couple of stands that we can use to sell fish outside. We have an advertising board thingy.
Before I end the video, I gotta do one thing first. I gotta fill in the roof up here. Because what if people basically they climb up and they see a roof with sea lanterns in? Like that doesn't look right. So I'm gonna fill it in with blue concrete so it looks nice and clean and modernistic. For my city, of course, for my fish market. Let's see how it looks. Does it look good? It actually looks great. And I gotta add some more stuff, but not too much to add. Let me add some bushes in here. And go check around. We are fully completed our smelly fish market. And next guys, tomorrow will be Dunkin' Donuts. So guys, my fish market is complete. I'm very happy with this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a fish market. If you did, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a live stream or video from me. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a lovely day everyone, and goodbye.